Rhythm section going. This is crazy. Hold on, let me turn off sub. I knew this was going to happen because, I mean, you'd have to be living under a rock to not know. I saw it on Twitter or X. They talked about a side profile shot. I didn't know it'd be in the first 20 seconds. Hold on. This is crazy. Whoa, there's her eyes. What is happening right now? The whole brand was built for the opposite of this. It's like the fourth wall is being broken, even though we're not interacting with fourth wall. It feels like it, though. You know what I'm saying, though? Okay, wild. Anyway, the beginning rhythm section is going. We'll try to keep it about the music. We're obviously going to freak out over some segments here. Beautiful melody. The bass playing, though. Okay, hold on. So lyrically, her vocal line there is outstanding. The contour and shape of the melody is very, very beautiful. However, it's the context of what's being played underneath that line with on the bass that is so gorgeous, with how energetic that like almost like jungle like beats happening on the kit, like the drums. That's a very cool contrast of sound. The bass is my favorite part, though. Left side harmony design. Oh, it's stereo. Never mind. That's so auto. Man, this is what I love about her songs. That is some aggressive design of music right there. Listen to guitar versus bass versus drums and how we bring this back in. Coming out of what a beautiful, like tangibly beautiful, how like wonderful that section was into such an aggressive. This section is also wonderful. It's just saturated in contrast. I'm telling you, man, this band is amazing. Did you hear the pitch shift in the snare drum? That was cool. Holy hi-hat. Hold on. The harmony design, stellar. We'll go back in a second. What is that shot? What the fuck is happening? This is just crazy. We already talked about it, but I spent so much time listening to her all day long. Like when I went to 2 of her live shows, and we used to dig a little deeper in her videos on the channel. Sorry, this is crazy to me. Okay, let's go back and talk about when I was geeking out about the hi-hat. Listen to the drum, the percussion work here. It is Holland. I wonder if it's like a second line, because this stuff is so busy in the percussion line, and then you're throwing that track on top of it. That's pretty fun. Not to mention how like insane the bass line is. All right, bass is more in the pocket right here as far as. There we go. I don't even know what to listen to. Then we drop more in the pocket right there. There's so much substance. I say this all the time in her videos. You can't really, it's not going to be a one time. And obviously when I'm yapping to you in this, just go back a second time and be like, all right, and this listen, I'm going to be like, what are the relationships of guitar versus drums, or bass versus drums, or like all the mixes of guitars that we have before, you just passively listen to everything. Because obviously with everything stacked, her voice is going to be the main component. But this is not normal. There is so much busy work going on underneath that the demand musically is extreme. You have to have very, very good players. Everyone involved has to be outstanding, because you need to be an amazing vocalist, which obviously she is. That's not a secret or anything. but everyone has like pretty much equal demand on them, which goes against like kind of traditional roles of what's going on in the rhythm section when you're supporting a vocal artist. That's why I've always been super pulled to her music, because you gotta be a special person. You have to be a special person to learn the set list and then actually do it live. Like, it's very cool. Very, very, very cool. This is just nuts though. A little more traditional on the chorus here. Hold on, I want the chorus again. That's funny. We can put like traditional in air quotes because there's still a lot of stuff going on there. The best part about hearing that the first time was just the shape and contour of the melody. Outstanding. God. Talk about range. Oh, this is interesting. Variation on snare drum sound, vocal effects. Hi-hat comes back with the slap bass. Okay, hold on. I need all that again. That's an amazing design right there. Hold on. It's right before she goes in the water when we get the vocal effects switch up here. There's so much left and right play between the guitar lines. I'm telling you, there are massive replay values when you're... This is crazy, but I'm not surprised at all. You don't say it? And the harmony... It's almost too much. This is interesting. Drummer's going. I have tingles. Hold on. Then we get the lick from the beginning. That was the best part of the song. For me, that is the best part of the song so far. The chorus is beautiful. Everything is great. This contrast that we have, oh my God, design, music design. I don't know what you call this whisper tone section, because it's not a whisper tone, because there's so many variants of the voice still like being an augmented aggressive whisper tone section. I'm not a vocalist. I don't have the vocabulary to break that down or anything. However, it really hits though, because of the contrast of what's happening musically. I think that was around 210. It's when the hallway, also video design, the aesthetics in the hallway is beautiful, but there's no way. Multiple rewatches are needed. Yeah, this is super interesting because we open it, the drummer is now like 4 on the floor on the kit, and we open the hi-hat and it just starts getting feathered a lot more. And like the sound you're getting is more splashy, a lot more wet within that hi-hat, and it's going to create a very, very different feeling. Here's the switch up for N. Guitars are still lots of communication back and forth. But now you can hear all the accents on the snare drum, and then it basically becomes a percussion feature while this intensity of whatever you want to call this aggressive whisper tone moment is happening. It really kind of becomes a drum feature. I want to see this live. Oh my God. That is so cool. And I love the fact that we like crescendo and boost out of that back to the lick that we had at the beginning to kind of bring us full circle here. It's not even a lick, it's a wall of ascending alarm bell sound. Ooh. What a shift. That's beautiful. Ooh. Variety in that time too that we heard that. Oh, dude, the momentary cross stick. Oh wait, hold on. That was the other thing that I saw on Twitter. Twitter could sometimes, for negative, pros and cons. I saw a bunch of people like arguing about basically the vocal technique used for that, because in that silhouette part that looks like kind of like unnatural, or definitely probably foreign to the average person. And I did have a chuckle though reading through that little thread, because it's like, folks, we're not really singing at 100% capacity when we're filming music videos, because you're like on take, 60. Like, come on. But so it was funny, and she like chimed in. She was like, "No, I wasn't singing right there. That's just, it's a video shoot." So that did give me a good laugh. But to their defense, the person that originally like brought it up, yeah, it does look a little bit like, whoa, that's the silhouette and the way the body moves right there. That does feel a little different. So I can see why they would type that. Oh, drummer. That was very... Oh, cool credit system. Just double checking. Okay, yeah, we are. Wow. Okay, takeaways. Man, oh man. Every time, okay, aside from the fact that we see visually like actual like video shots of her that we've never seen before, at least I haven't. I feel like that's the new thing. Musically, it's so intense. The demand, we already talked about this, but I need to re-hit on it again, because the demand for that band, what you have to play, what the patterns that you need to have mastered to go through the song. At no point, there's, I don't know, how long is the song? 4 minutes, 4:30, but it's like really like kind of like 4:15 with, as we get to the credits here, there's only maybe like 30 seconds of like, it's not even downtime, sort of downtime. The rest of that, the demand is continuously there. Like, you're playing and not playing easy stuff. You have a lot of material going on. So I don't know, when I listen to her music, I'm always going to be listening down. It is very wonderful to listen to all the, like, I don't know, adventurous voices that we get from her and beautiful stuff that's happening. Again, I'm not a vocalist, so I can't really go into all that other than just appreciating it. I've spent a lot of time on stages with really good vocalists, but she has such a very, very, very different way of bringing music into the world. You can't not be like in awe. You're like, wow, this is insane. But the band though, it's the design of what's going on in the band underneath that really brings it full circle. I would still like her even if the band wasn't that way, but it wouldn't be the same. You need these type of musicians that can write and compose and contribute. The arrangements are killer. They go into the studios. The session work is amazing. Then whoever goes on tour with them, you have a lot to make sure you have a lot to live up to, because you got to make sure you can do it. It's just crazy. So anyway, that was a very good listening experience for me. That's what I think about it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.